I've been doing this job a long time now, and for more than 30 years in the fire service, I've seen my fair share of applicants go through the written test process to land their dream job. I've made a ton of notes that I've seen people do wrong that have cost them from continuing to the next step of the process. As a candidate, you must do all that you can to make your mark and stand out as an above-average, reasonable person. If you're an applicant for a fire service agency or doing research because you may someday pursue this career, please be keenly aware of 3 key things that I just said, and they are this. 1, I use the term stand out. 2, above average. 3, I use the word reasonable. In all of my years working with firefighter recruits and candidates, I've learned to be deliberate and calculated in how I train and the way that I say things because I don't want those who I assist to be led astray. I speak plain English. I use analogies often because they paint a mental picture, and I teach through verbal repetition, and 3 examples of terms I use very often are standing out, working to be above average, and the word reasonable. Standing out, positively of course, during the hiring process isn't just a good idea or something to strive for, it's essential. Entering the hiring process as an above average candidate is also essential. And finally, it's important that you know the career of fighting fires and the basis for and the foundation on which our decisions are built is reasonableness. We base our profession on this premise. As you move forward in your bid for a career in the most noble profession, please keep these 3 elements in mind. For now, I'd like to answer a question that I've been asked many, many times over the years, and it's this. Is there anything I should know ahead of time about my written exam? My answer is 2-part, and it is, yes, there are a few things you should know. I always told applicants to find a good study guide and learn as much as you can about the testing proficiencies before the written exam. I never told anyone where to look because I didn't know. What I found out later was the preparation guides that I found were substandard, and they weren't video-based. I took care of that problem with Firefighter Code, and I'm very pleased with the result of the first ever Firefighter video-based exam guide available. So, that's problem 1 solved, right? The how to prepare? But other than proper preparation, what is there to a written other than just showing up, right? Remember, it's your goal to be different than the others. Not freaky different, but stand out positive different. So, here are the 6 issues that I see most often at the written entrance exam for a firefighter candidate. Number 1, sit in the front of the room. The candidates that intentionally sit in the front aren't the blend-in type. They want to be noticed, and they are, and that's a good thing. This also affords you the opportunity to memorize the face or faces of the people proctoring the exam. This may come in very handy later in the hiring process. Number 2, dress in business casual clothing. Guys, don't overdo this one with a coat and tie, and gals, don't overdo it with a pantsuit. You'll look odd, but do wear well-pressed, good-looking clothing. There is often the perception that the test is just a relaxed blue jeans sort of event, and you'll be forgotten anyway, so what's the difference? Some of your test proctors, depending on the agency, may very well be your oral board panel members. Begin acting like a desirable candidate from the day you pick up or drop off your application packet. Number 3, there may be casual conversation as people are being seated. Now that's fine. Please keep your voice down, way down. Once the proctor has begun addressing the room, don't talk at all to anyone, and certainly never, never, never during the test. Number 4, as you're testing, Don't look around the room and don't be animated. Many people do this, and I'm not quite sure why, but they'll yawn or stretch loudly. It looks bad and it does them no favors. Be very quiet and don't look at the testing material of the person sitting next to you, even if it's to see how far along they are. I've assisted some agencies that insist on removing anyone and everyone that looks at their neighbor's test, regardless of how innocent. Number 5. Many people are nervous at their exam, and I understand that. But don't draw negative attention to yourself by allowing your nervousness to materialize in physical movements. Now, the two most common are leg shaking, leg rubbing, and pen tapping, with the latter being the most irritating to the proctor and, of course, to your fellow exam takers. Number 6. Finally, bring your driver's license. Not just your ID, but your driver's license. This is very important, and I won't tell you now why it's important. That information is inside Firefighter code. But some agencies pull a fast one on people that don't bring their driver's license. Also, don't forget to bring your invitation to the test if they gave you one, and a bit of scratch paper folded in your back pocket to use if they allow it. Also, and finally, bring 2 pencils and 2 pens. Your chance to make a positive mark on yourself with the picking up of your fire service application has begun. I enjoy working with and assisting firefighter candidates to navigate the complicated process of the hiring system. And I hope this bit of inside information helps you.